It's 10 trivia questions on Disney movies. For Patreon subscriber Carter Fourqurean, this is Trivia with Buds. And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show, and thanks for leaving iTunes reviews. If you got a second, go rate, review, and subscribe to this show so you never miss a new episode. Shout out to all the true crime lovers out there. Some friends of mine in Kingsport, Tennessee, just started a new show called Wine, Whiskey, and Murder. Wine, Whiskey, and Murder. So if you love true crime podcasts, the first episode is about the unfortunate murders of the college students in Idaho. But if you're into true crime, they investigate that for over an hour and a half. And new episodes every Wednesday. That is called Wine, Whiskey, and Murder. Give it a listen. I had somebody reach out to me and ask about something. It was the Podcaster app, and they were asking a technical question about it, and I didn't know what they were talking about, and they said, you mentioned it on your podcast, and I was like, no, I didn't. I don't even use that. But what I realized was it was an ad for the Podcaster app, so just be aware that if you hear an ad on my show, I have no idea what ad they're inserting, and I don't always know anything about the services being advertised. It is all automatic. You just go like, I'd like these kinds of ads, and then insert. So I'll do the best of my knowledge to help you with stuff. But if there's something you're looking for more information on, unless I actually mention it on the show, like I just did that podcast, Wine, Whiskey, and Murder, I have no idea about it. But thank you for listening to the episode today on Disney movies. Before we get into that, we've got the letter N. And your categories for N are foreign cities, spicy foods, and things in a medicine cabinet. Foreign cities, spicy foods, and things in a medicine cabinet, all starting with N as in Nancy. Listen for me to answer those and give you a fact of the day at the end of the episode. Right now, we're diving into 11 questions on Disney movies for my Patreon subscribing friend Carter. Here we go. It's Disney movie trivia question number 1. What animated Disney movie was released between The Jungle Book in 1967 and Robin Hood in 1973? Number 1, what animated Disney movie was released between The Jungle Book in 67 and Robin Hood in 73? Question number 2, who starred in the 1993 Disney-produced film Life with Mikey? Who is the star of Life with Mikey from 1993? Number 3, who wrote the story that The Little Mermaid was based on? Who wrote the story that inspired The Little Mermaid Disney version? Number 3. Number 4, Maggie, a cow, is sold to Pearl and lives on her ranch called Little Patch of Heaven in what film of 2004? Number 4, Maggie, a cow, is sold to Pearl and lives on her ranch called Little Patch of Heaven in what film of 2004? Number 5, what was the subtitle to the Tron film released in 2010? What was the subtitle to Tron released in 2010? Number 6, what was the 2022 sequel to Enchanted called? What was the 2022 sequel to Enchanted called? Number 7, who played both roles of the twin sisters in the original Parent Trap film from 1961? Number 7, who played both roles of the twin sisters in the original Parent Trap from 1961? Number 8, what Disney film contains the song Surface Pressure? What Disney film contains the song Surface Pressure? Number 9, in 1980, Disney released a live-action movie called The Watcher in the Blank. The Watcher in the Blank. Fill in the blank. Number 9, The Watcher in the Blank. Number 10, who played Tom Sawyer in Tom and Huck from 1997? Who played Tom Sawyer in Tom and Huck from 1997? And number 11, Barry Barrington is the main character in what musical comedy of 2002? Disney movies bonus for 2 points. Barry Barrington is the main character in what musical comedy of 2002? Those are all of your trivia questions for Disney movies. We'll be right back with the answers after this. We are back with the answers to Disney movies. Let's see how you did on this 11-question quiz. Here was number 1. What animated Disney movie was released between The Jungle Book, 1967, and Robin Hood, 1973? That was The Aristocats. The Aristocats. I don't think I've seen it since I was very little. Don't remember much about it, except it's pretty jazzy. It's a pretty jazzy movie, right? Number 2, who starred in the 1993 Disney-produced film Life with Mikey? That was a Michael J. Fox movie. Michael J. Fox, I need to watch that one too. Number 3, who wrote the story The Little Mermaid was based on? Hans Christian Andersen, just like Frozen. It's a Hans Christian Andersen fable. Number 4, Maggie, a cow, is sold to Pearl, who lives in a little patch of heaven ranch in Home on the Range. Home on the Range, 2004. Number 5, what was the subtitle to the Tron film released in 2010? Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy. Number 6, what was the 2022 sequel to Enchanted called? Disenchanted, with Maya Rudolph as the evil queen. Number 7, who played both roles of the twin sisters in The Parent Trap from 1961? Lindsay Lohan did it in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, I think it was. But it was Haley Mills, star of Good Morning, Miss Bliss, which later turned into Saved by the Bell. Haley Mills. Number 8, what Disney film contains the song Surface Pressure? That's from Encanto. Encanto. Number 9, Disney live-action movie called The Watcher in the Woods. I feel like I saw this when I was a kid. The trailer is pretty terrifying for kids, especially back in 1980. Look up the trailer for The Watcher in the Woods. It's very interesting looking. Number 10, who played Tom Sawyer in Tom and Huck from 97? That was JTT, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And the bonus, Barry Barrington is the main character in what musical comedy of 2002? It was called The Country Bears, based on the attraction at Disneyland, which I don't even think that's there anymore. But there you go, The Country Bears, Barry Barrington. Sort of live action costume pieces in this movie, I think. Kind of looks like Five Nights at Freddy's kind of a thing, or Chuck E. Cheese. But there you go. That is today's episode. Thanks for listening to that Disney quiz. Hope you had a good time playing along. We have your fact of the day, and that fact of the day is a baby puffin is called a puffling, and both parents take turns incubating the egg before it hatches. If you didn't know that, now you know. And the letter you had for categories was N, as in Nancy. And we have foreign cities, so I'm going to say Nagasaki, Japan. And spicy foods, I'm going to say spicy food N. I've got nothing there. I'm not a big spicy guy. Nachos with a certain type of salsa on them. How about that? Some nachos. And things in the medicine cabinet, you got a needle. Maybe you got some needles in there to get a splinter out or something like that. I'm going to say there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for watching the show on YouTube. If you want to see the slideshows of the questions visually on your smart TV or your device, youtube.com/trivia with buds. And we'll see you next time for more trivia with me. Cheers.